So does it mean that if I don't have approval, it's automatic that my building is going to be demolished? Now, that depends. But first of all, let me clarify that most of the times, demolition often comes down to two reasons. Number one is to correct a wrong. And number two is to change the use of a certain location. So number one, if you discover that the reason some areas keep getting flooded is because somebody built and blocked a canal. And that way, to correct that wrong, you may have to pull down the obstruction to correct what was not supposed to be in the first place. And the second reason is to change land use. In areas where buildings are already existing, you then decide to build an ultra-modern charging station. And so all the properties along the line of that way are going to be affected. So in that case, demolition becomes unavoidable. Now, whether your building is going to be demolished or not comes to whether your building is approvable or not. And let's start from whether your building is not approvable. Now, what does it mean that your building is not approvable? One, maybe the title is not yours. Number two, the use is not in line with government's vision for that area. Maybe it's not suitable for that location because of zoning, because of population density. And in that case, and it has been built and it needs to be corrected, or that area needs to be changed, then it goes without any explanation. But if it's approvable, which means it's in line with use, it's in line with zoning, or maybe you've built more than the number of units that you were supposed to build, you've used more of the setback that you were supposed to do, then in that case, the government can correct your documentation, you pay some fine as necessary, and then you get your approval. That is what happens most of the times. But in cases where it is still fresh, the agency communicates with you on some things to put in place to make it suitable or to correct the mistakes that you've made. So how to navigate this is simply by just engaging a professional. A professional talks to the agency gives them the requirements, and they understand how to do, what to do, how to proceed. So whether your building is going to be demolished or not comes down to mainly if it's approvable or if it's not approvable. And if it is approvable, you get guidance on what to do, because it costs the government money to demolish your house. But in cases where your building is approvable, but government decides to change use, you then get compensation if you have approval. But if you don't have that legal backing of approval, then your building goes. And that's the point of approval, the safeguard for the eventuality that government can change use, for the eventuality that something may happen, and the only thing that will qualify you for consideration for compensation is your approval. I hope this helps.